We made it. We made it through this winter, and we're here with our Equinox gateway activation. We're going to be bringing in the creation mothers and Lord Metatron. We're going to bring in magical beings. We're working with some amazing energies that are coming through that are going to be working throughout this Equinox gateway and into the Christ gateway with Easter. And I'm very excited to share about that in a second. But I also want to talk about what it means to have the equinox energy. Like one of my friends who came on is said, "Yes, I'm looking forward to the equinox energy." And this is actually one day late, but we're still in the energies. And what it is with the equinox that is so amazing is it's this equal time of the day and the night. And within that time frame, there's a still point. And every time we go through one of these gateways, we really want to take advantage of the still point within ourselves because we're being drawn into the still point of this time period. It helps us in our own ascension work. And really, what we're here to do is continue to keep opening up all availability of our multidimensional or multi-D. We want to be multi-D beings here on a 5D, 6D planet. And that's where we're going. And it's moving out of the Piscean era and into this golden Aquarian age of enlightenment. And this time period is moving into the Aries of that new birth and that spring, which is why there's Easter with the chickens and everything being born in this time period. It's all about rebirth. So we'll be doing a rebirth. We'll be doing a shamanic rebirth on a collective consciousness level and our personal level as we can navigate in a new way from that place that is our own galactic center that owns our own still point. And from when you're working with your own still point, it's, how do I describe it? It's really almost a shamanic journey in and of itself because when you're really involved with your own still point, it's almost like a type of death and rebirth. Because in the still point, you feel like you're not alive, but really what you are is totally merging with all that there is. And it's very challenging since we're in a 3D polarized earth plane that's moving into the higher dimensions. That's a challenge. And all the work I do in my privates and my teaching webinars that are awakening teaching webinars are all to help this process of letting go of our shadow and our past lives that have transgressed against things or anything that's we're afraid of revealing, and allow those things to move up and out of your field so that you're going to have a sense more of, they're beginning to talk to me and say, your cosmic egg. And I work a lot lately with this cosmic egg, and it's like right at the your birthing hara womb, like this dreaming womb. And even men have this dreaming womb. And it's really a co-creator, multidimensional, energetic level of your light body. It's not a physical body as much as it is your dreaming or visioning body in your light body, in your auric egg. And I have some great things I want to show you as things to just vision. This is an egg that I often channel with because it's so faceted. And often I'm shown a faceted egg because we are very faceted. We are faceted and fascinating human beings. And the other thing I want to show you, I found my teaching tools that I adore because a lot of people aren't familiar with sacred geometry that I may be speaking about with Metatron. But this is a Merkaba, and it's a dodecahedron. So often, trying to see how to best show that to you, often I'm mentioning about this shape, and it's got the triangles of the heavenly triangle going pointed downward and the earth triangle pointed upwards, also like a Sri yantra. And that's another thing I work a great deal with. It's really what our sacred geometry vehicle is, that we are. There's many levels of who we are. This is a Metatronic tree of life that probably won't be mentioned today, but I just thought I would show you these things. This is a seed of life, which is very important in the work I do and in all our work when we're seeding these thoughts, and it's connecting to the unity of all the spheres. And then this is a Taurus. It's like kind of thought of as a donut, and it allows you can see a figure 8 when you go like that. It allows in a way, we are in a Taurus of energy. Now, hopefully that's going to give you an insight as what things come up when I'm channeling. So one of the things before we begin, I always like to have you hydrate, get some water. And I've been very interested in water since I came back from Costa Rica, where I got dehydrated. And I've bought a lot of salts that go in water, and I got a water harmonizing template. This is a sacred geometry. It has a diamond and pieces of gold, and it has the sacred geometry of water. So I charge my water. So I have harmonized frequency water. And this is a really cool book I'll share. I'm in a really sharing mode. Dancing with Waters. It talks all about it. So also the other thing I like to do is begin with some essential oil, and I'm using Young Living frankincense, and I'm kind of doubling up with Young Living Envision. So what I like to do is just use some in my palm. Rub it together, inhale it, and it's just, this is something so ancient inside of me. I just adore it. And I begin everything I do with a protection of bringing in a golden pyramid around our sacred journey and deeply, deeply anchoring it into Mother Gaia so that we're in a protected space. And you can rub it on your throat, your thymus, your crown chakra, anywhere where you feel you want a little bit extra protection. And it's an amazingly potent way of securing your own parameters, but yet allowing yourself to expand, multidimensional, become very open, but yet you're very protected, because in our sessions we'll be very open. I also will be using light language. Many of you who know me and follow my work and follow others' work, light language is a multidimensional language that brings you and us into a universal remembrance, basically, of an activation. Usually when I go into light language, it's a very deep and high frequency, and I don't use English, which I could use English with it, but that actually lowers the frequency because it's such a high expanded frequency that the tones vibrate inside of you in a cellular level that upgrades you. And that's what I'm all about, is to help upgrade you, get you expanded, multidimensional, opening all your chakras up and down and connecting into Mother Gaia, connecting to the solar sun and your connection of your galactic center. And we'll be doing also a kind of a regular thing I do. It's a meditation on your flame, because really you already are everything. It's a matter of almost like pulling away that which you're not, so you can start to remember the truth of your divine nature. So I also I'm going to be doing a little bit of, if we're lucky, we'll have some time at the end and we'll do some questions and answers, and you can share any feedback or anything you want to express. And I find that's very fun at the end, because people have wonderful things that they find that happen. So let me see. Well, what we want to do is just start. I'm just going to begin. So let's take a deep breath in. Giving yourself this moment, this time to orient yourself, to guide yourself, to feel your own prismatic, faceted diamond self. And breathe deeply now into your heart and into your heart flame that's in the center of your heart temple. And this flame, which can be many colors at different times, is your eternal signature through all time, space, and dimension. And as you breathe in, you can breathe into the threefold flame, the I am flame. And this is a flame that's pink for love, gold for wisdom, and blue for creation power. And right now it's ruby red. So breathe into this flame that can transmute all fear, all separation. As we call in Lord Metatron to assist us with our Merkaba and our journey, as well as we're calling in the cosmic mothers and this ruby road of this deep, deep ruby red of love. And they're sharing that there's a wellspring of love within you. And this wellspring is like a fountain that is overflowing. That is opening all the doorways on these higher chakras, right from the thymus, the high heart, the throat, the brow, the crown, the causal, soul, star chakras, and the higher chakras beyond that. And we're just fanning out above you like a halo, a beautiful radiating halo all around your higher chakras, and now it's all the way down through your heart and your solar plexus. And we're actually going to just stay with this geometry that we're building right now and not go with Metatron and with a Metatronic dodecahedron, because we're going to move right now into the Hara chakra, the cosmic womb. And there's a place inside you. You may have felt very ready almost to burst, or like something was growing, something wanted to happen. This can work with you in your projects or your businesses, especially anything creative or any changes in your life, that this like kind of pregnant pause. And that the spring is really the potent energetic to pulse through you out into your life to manifest. So there are several streams of thought that are moving right now in 5 different directions all around you. And some of them have been stored, kept contained, almost hidden away in the basement or the attic or in a drawer. Something that's special, something that's a gift of you. Something that you came with a purpose to share, but you tucked it away for various reasons, but mostly in an limiting ability to hide, a type of hiding. We just want to honor this hiding, this type of hiding that you might have unconsciously been doing. Whew, a lot of energy now. As there are many parts of your multidimensional aspects and monad, it's called, the different types of being that you are made up of. It can be the inner child, it can be past lives, it can be aspects or star shards, star being parts, magical being parts. I call it the totem, your magical totem. But it's something that you thought you had tucked away, like underneath your underwear. And it may feel like a loaded gun, they say, a loaded pistol, which is unusual words, right? I love the masters and teachers, creation mothers, because they're so expressive and so vivid. And these things touch on deep places, places that haven't yet been forgiven. And our main objective is to forgive, 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 forgive. Come into communion, communion with all parts of ourselves. So they're sharing that it's almost like you're sculpting yourself as a God creator being, that you co-create yourself. And you can make yourself anew. You can go through a cleanse, go on retreat or holiday, come back reset, recharged, ready to go. So there are some fearful aspects coming up right now, and we've had a lot of things like this over these last few years. But these are almost like dark shadow, negative aspects and beings that are kind of in a way a traitor to humanity, but also a traitor within our own selves. Because everything is always reflecting inside, outside, inside, outside. So it's this part that's secret, that's been held back, that's part of your gifts that you thought you tucked away. Big energy shift, especially right around the control chakras at the hips and the like Amrita gateway at the birthing canal. They're setting up a new access to a deeper birthing, kind of going the next level. Any superficiality that you or we or our group consciousness may have carried is in effect surrendering. So take a deep breath in and allow yourself to go deeper, deeper than you could have possibly imagined, down deeper into your sacrum, into any private areas that were maybe even previously shut down or closed, or verboten signs in the doorway. Anything that's secretly managed to kind of escape attention but really has been closed. Closed to your greater purpose and closed to this feminine return. And that the mother principle is back. She's here for you. She's rooting for you. She says to you, she never really left you. The mother wound that we have all suffered with the feminine being out of the picture for so many, many thousands and thousands of years. But we are coming back, she said. We are back, and it is all better than you could possibly imagine. It's all going to be the most wonderful and fantastic world, this new earth, this new ascension repatterning in this Aquarian age. There's so much light repatterning going on, like rainbow, beautiful threads I'm weaving with you. And it's weaving all these levels of the weaving that you are, the warp and the weft. It's very much like plant medicine, where you see the weaving of everything. You see the God source in everything. And this is a path of enlightenment, to see everything as the divine. Especially yourself, beloved ones. Especially your humanness. So we're calling in now your galactic still point. And Metatron is coming now to help. I'm going to go to the light language a little bit. So taking a deep breath in and feeling a deeper level of feeling than maybe you've given yourself permission. Knowing that you can trust the sacred ceremony. You can trust forgiving yourself and others. You can have faith that this is a good world and the universe is beneficial. So go to the place of stillness, of oneness, where there is no up, no down, no side to the left or right, but only the place that connects you to your God source. The stillness of that empty womb, the stillness of something creating, co-creating with all your own
quantum key codes, those original blueprints that you came in with. Your unicorn horns, your fairy knowing, we call to open your Sophia wisdom. All is there within you, always bring it to the surface, to the portal that we open now. Bring it to the portal, bring it to the gateway. No, my name. We are taken to a mountain birthing pool inside a crystal cave, inside a volcano crystalline cave. All the carbons crystallized, the great cavern shines with crystal reflection. Three creation mothers join us. Three rainbow unicorn mothers too. Three each one in a different direction. Each are holding space for you. Mother Mary, Magdalene, Yeshua, Christ is here. This portal holds the tears of the mother, all the sorrow of humanity. We have come here to bless this sacred site. Here in this portal, in the womb of this mother cave, great things are brewing. All the turns of events are moving forward, fluid with you. No fear, no anxiety, just a mission purpose becoming clear. How clear your sight becomes, beloved ones. Things will not take a turn for the dark this time around. You can bathe here, let your hair down, let yourself be seen. A deep trembling inside. The old wounded child bends down for purification and blessing. The mothers wash this child, this innocent one. And this child begins to grow through all stages of life, male or female, through infancy, childhood, adolescence, puberty, through the cycles of sexuality and menstruation, through the cycles of young adulthood and growing taller into adulthood. All the while where something is brewing, something new within you, something that cannot be commanded, but has a scale of renewal, of faith in yourself, something you wanted always to do, but were afraid. Many harmonics and fashionable new attunements begin to weave inside your sacred weaving. Gemstones, ribbons of different vibrational frequencies
Begin to make a new pattern. Sparkling nights, lights in this night begin to appear, and you realize this is a cosmic tapestry of your own creation, your own cosmic tapestry, constellation you see. What a world this is that you and we can be co-creators in this world of new earth. Take a moment now. Breathe deep into this creation in your belly. Stoke it with all that it wants, all that it needs. Let all the tears dissolve. That everything comes to this one, comes to the dreamer, that comes to the privilege of being human. That this being and all beings begin to illuminate, activate, radiate this higher command that everything is love, everything is here for you. And this is spread through your radiating charisma and essence out into the field, out into the world, to all the waterways, all the ley lines, the dragon lines, through the snow-topped tundras of the mountains and the rain, into the creeks, the lakes, the oceans, the great mother bodies, waters, cleansing, purifying, and moving into all areas within this world, within your own world, within your own tribe, within your own families, communities, into all the businesses, all the corruption, all the dominance, into every single pollution of the environment, into the great states of each and every country, into the health, the well-being, and the caring of one another, into the soldiers, into the weapons, into the concepts of war, dissolving that which holds ourselves away from all that is truly here. That we are visible, our hearts are seen, and we radiate from that Christed divine flame within us, this truth that is more powerful than anything destructive, out of nature, out of balance, out of harmony, are limiting, are enslaving our children, and education, freedom of choice, freedom of attuning to divine will that anchors each of us worrying, caring for the entire package of this earth, the envelope of Gaia. That we are each here as deep and great blessings, opening into this greater purpose, this greater challenge. That through our belief systems, our faith, produces the revelation, the voice that consecrates and demands equanimity, respect, honor, sovereignty, and begins to create a co-creating birthing mechanism that births from inside of ourselves out into the world so that others birth the same baby, the same blessing. That we become baby boomers of this cosmic blessing of the new earth and the guidance that it takes with the indigenous, with the inner earth and the middle earth beings, the magical beings, the creation mothers, to mix it up into a totally new alchemical brew, a recipe from within you that attunes to your galactic, universal, cosmic self. That you are now swimming in the sea of new beginnings. Like a new creature, a new protozoa, a new amoeba. The creation is just announced. And that you will continue in this birthing throughout this gateway into the Christ gateway of creation and the Easter ceremony. To listen to the currents, the harmonies, the symphonies of the cicadas or the birds near you, the beginnings of all of the insect realm and the animal realm, bird realm, plants awakening. And take a deep breath and seep into this stillness, all that has grown, a garden inside of you, a terrarium. That Gaia is here But you are the gardener. You are the celestial gardener, tilling the soil of the new fertile seeds, the rainbow seeds of creation, planting just the right seeds. Into the most special places that all the earth elementals and the Fey beings can take us by our etheric hands and guide us to begin to create a magical world full of opportunity. And then it floods through you and all that you connect to, all that watch this webinar, flows through your heart, streams out of your great wings of your earth angel, and floods with all those creation birthing waters over the earth into any and all receptacles, seeding all the new possibilities from the still point of equality, equanimity, honesty, transparency, sympathy, compassion, passion, humor, joking, dancing, singing, playing, mesmerizing, dreaming. A new concoction that hasn't been developed before. But you have the key codes. And the inner knowing that this is right, this is me, this is now, and this is who I came here to be. This is your time. The time is now. You made it through this gateway. Into a most miraculous development that is more beautiful, more loving, higher frequency, easier than you could have possibly imagined. This is your cosmic egg. That is on its way out into the world through the birthing canal, the chamber. So as you awake, so does this cosmic egg awake and begin to crack through its shell. So be aware and watch through all the subtleties of your life or your passions, especially any passions, because that's where all the sacral creates passions. When you listen to your passions in your heart and you follow it, it leads you to this kind of spectacular, magical world that you and me and all of us are going to be bringing forth in this blessing. So let's just send one more big blessing from our hearts out into the world so that all beings hear this and know this, and it begins to change to the next level in this ascension plan of the golden age of Aquarius into the enlightened stage that seems hard to imagine, but I know it's coming. I know I came here to help bring it through. And I know that faith and having that knowingness is really all it takes, and that we can do it. Blessed be your path ahead, beloved ones. So I think I'm just going to segue to speaking a little bit about the upcoming teachings that you can find on my website, www.anjahlia.com, and they're in the events section. And one of them is called, the newest one that really relates to what we did today and is a big part of my teachings, is Cosmic Mother Seeds of Creation. It's a 6-series awakening webinar. And they're telling me right now it's also working with the avatar within you. And then the other webinars I'm bringing forth that's going to start April 1st, and the other ones are starting in May. So it's Rainbow Seeds of Creation / Fruition, and it's a 7-module series, and it's also about this creative force, because I work in creation and my keepership is Keeper of the Christ Gateways of Creation. And so it's more and more important for me to really get this going inside of everybody who works with us. And that begins to co-create these higher realms and with the creation mothers and these magical beings. And I've seen it happen in so many people that work in the privates or in the groups. Their sight opens, their creativity opens, their hearts open, love happens, their lives change, they step into leadership positions, they step into things that they always dreamed of doing but didn't think they could. And we are here to do what we came here to do. And it should be just the most delicious, wonderful thing. So hopefully you will join me and stay connected on my newsletter. And I will be showing up a lot now that I've moved, and I'm ready to be in service to you. Namaste, beloved ones. Namaste. Namaste. Blessed be.